Welcome back to Let's Do Alps. I've been at this place 13 years ago on this very same day, which I've just found out now. And I've got a picture right from this place with my friend. I'll share it with you. So I just walked along this ski lift, you can see it, and I found these glasses. And how often do you find perfectly fitting glasses when you don't have one with you? Quite good, isn't it? I haven't recorded anything for a few days. Before I needed to have a little break, and I want to carry on today, obviously. That's why I'm recording this, and I want to talk about free will. It's a very interesting topic, so let's get into it. So, free will. Do I have a free will to say what I say? Do I have a free will which decided, to come here? Did I decided it because I wanted to, or was it decided for me? It's a very, very philosophical question, but I already for I think year or maybe 2 years I believed in kind of determinism, where the concept of that is that everything is determined, like all the outcomes, everything what's going to happen is predetermined. So in this concept there is no free will and everything is just happening. So the thing is that I believe in it doesn't mean that I fully live by it, because if I would fully embody this belief, I wouldn't get surprised by anything, or I wouldn't be angry, or I wouldn't be upset. I would just be taking things as they are. But sometimes not sometimes, very often I don't do it. And but I still do believe it. I like this concept about that, when we come to this world, we have this physical body, which is kind of one set of data. It has its function, it functions very specifically, it has very specific design, and it's going to respond to very specific or different environments, different inputs in a different way. But if you would know that body, that biological body fully, then you would know how it's going to respond when you put it in a cold. You would know how it's going to respond if you put it in a, make it hungry or make it angry, or angry is a little bit more of a mental state, but as well it's represented in a physical body. So that's kind of one set of data, and then there is this other set of data, which is all the programming which we receive, because when we are born we are a blank slate, and there are some survival instincts and some I don't know how to call it, but like some ways of behavior which are given, and then there is tons of data which we absorb through our childhood and basically through all our life. And when you look at through like a computer perspective, then once you have a database and then you have a set of data and you ask for some result, you ask some very specific question, then it's going to give you very likely one best answer. And that answer might even be that there are two best options, but it doesn't have enough data to say which one is better. So that's it. And that's so when you take this and apply it, like these both points of view, the biological and kind of mental, or this programming, this database of programs and beliefs, then when you put a human with this kind of database of programs to some environment, there's very likely they're gonna behave in some specific way, and they have no control, because the programs will take over, the biological functions will take over, and you can try it with yourself. Have you been ever in a situation when you act somehow and you almost like don't recognize yourself, or you feel like you've been possessed, or you feel like, what the F am I doing? You know, that you are, especially in some new environment, you encounter something what you haven't done before. So it's very likely, you know, that some of these programs, they take over and they do the best what they can, but because you've never encountered them before, you know, it feels like you have no choice at that moment. But I believe that we are in this all the time. The thing is that sometimes when we feel like we have a choice is when we are aligned with the outcome, that the outcome which we are doing is the desired one. So then we think like, yes, I've done this because I wanted this. But every time the outcome isn't, you know, the one which we want, then we battle it, we go against it, you know, we do not accept it. But again, it's the only outcome which must have happened. So it is very, very, very complex topic. I think I talked about this with Paul today. I also watched one podcast which was about this, and it's a very, very interesting thing to think about. If you have a time and brain capacity, you might get to interesting answers for yourself. So here I'm gonna leave you. Have a beautiful day, evening, morning, wherever you are as usual, and talk to you soon. Thank you for listening.